Hello, everybody. This is Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com coming to you with the April 27th stock market wrap up for you to use tomorrow, or actually for a couple more days after there, as my analysis is normally good for a little while. Now, I want to first off by showing you how the NYSE is down 1.44% today. Now, look at the also notice the lower volume, much lower. Now, look at the NASDAQ, down 0.88%. Once again, lower volume, below the yellow line. That's the 50-day volume average. Not only that, look at the relative strength line. Because only being down 0.88%, the relative strength line makes it even move higher again, showing that the NASDAQ has relative strength to the market unlike any other index. However, I was hearing a lot of bearish talk today, and I got to admit, guys, that's pretty good because if we draw a line connecting these lows right here, we're still in an uptrend, connecting the March lows to this low. Now, if you wanted to draw a line from the other lows, we've already broken down from that, as you can see from here. However, we're trying to get right back above that line, and now the more important part, which like it's already been broken out of, was this. And it broke out of it, of course, yesterday. Not yesterday, Friday. And it continues to kind of hold around it. As you can see, it's still above the line today. It's as far out as I can go, but just let you know the close is above that line. As long as it stays above there and above the 50-day moving average, look how close the 200-day moving average is. If it gets over the 200-day moving average, then I'm sorry. I'm just going to end up being pretty darn bullish on this index overall. And whenever I look at a pattern like this that was resolved to the upside, like this, and then kind of drawing it through here, kind of a flattish base, kind of had a fake out there, and it breaks out higher, that's just pretty good, I got to admit. It's not the perfect wedge, and it's not a flag. It's not perfect at all. However, it is moving higher, and that's good. The pullback today came on lower volume. So, guys, I wouldn't get too wigged out over the whole situation. Just remember, I would go ahead and use this imaginary line for if the market's okay. If the market's okay, it'll continue to go up. Also, before I would get completely worried and nervous that the market's going to do something horrible, I'd wait till break of the 50-day moving average, and also I'm going to draw a line connecting these lows here, and so it should stay above there, and then also cross current with this one should stay above this line, and then at the same time using the support level here, it needs to probably hold on to this support level. So as you can see, there's a bunch of white lines there. 1, 2, 3, and that's the 50-day moving average right there. So any of these lines should hold. If they're all violated, it's not good. But even if one's violated, you have others that are there for support. That's why I'm bullish on the market, because people are bearish. NASDAQ's we still got the relative strength line, diverging from the NYSE, and so I just like the index overall. Now I want to look at the small cap indexes to show you how it did today. Down 1.94%. There's the line that I drew there, but now all you got to do is just redraw it now because there has been still no major breakdown. So I'm going to go ahead and touch these lows right here and hope that the market, can hold there. But even if it doesn't hold that, even if it breaks down, I'm not going to be worried about it until it breaks down through the 50-day moving average. And hopefully by that time, it's going to be around this little line area of support. As you can see, connecting those lows, recent lows from the big breakout day, and then over here. Hopefully it'll stay above that line. If not, it's got this 50-day moving average to hold. So keep an eye on all of that. S&P 400 down 1.23%, showing you its nastiness. Let me look at the SOX index. See how the semiconductor index is doing, and that's doing really well. I would draw a line here right now, connecting them upwards, and you want to see it go around here if you're a short-term trader. Long-term, I think all this is bullish, so I wouldn't be worried about all this. This is kind of for short-term guys that want to try to learn how to gauge the market on the short term. So basically, I just see something bullish here, and right here even, I see a very bullish pattern developing here as it's a bullish flag. So that should resolve itself to the upside. There it is on a 2-day, very clearly shown. 1 day, kind of the markets are in the way. There's a weekly, 6-day. So hopefully it resolves itself to the upside, and the stocks can go higher. I mean, there's a lot of nice index or Philadelphia Semiconductor Sector Index components that look very, very nice. Now let's look at the IBD indexes. First, before we do that, let me go ahead and use a free site so you can all go to finviz.com. I have nothing to do with them. However, I do find their site very cool, I guess. As you can see, early on in the day, the Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500 did what I expected it to do off the nasty sell-off and rally. What I did not expect the market to do that it did do was go back into sell mode after getting positive around 12 o'clock. However, there were some incidents today that make it very understandable why there was panic in the market. There's just some stupid people in the government. At least if I ever disappear, you guys know where I went. So, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, see the ugly sell-up? Now look at the wild ending. I mean, that's kind of crazy, that ending. However, it held above the lows, and I gotta admit, whenever I have only one partial sell, and it's of a stock that we already have partially sold out of, basically 50% of it, and we only have one cover, and it's in a stock that was up 41% on the short coming in today, which is an 82% return on margin. So those are my two partial sells. Not only that, got two new longs, and I got a long to add to. And that's all I got to say about that. So these are not bearish, situations that are setting up. Bottom line. Let's see how much time I have. I also want to show you the IBD indexes. I do got time. All right. Great. Got a lot of time. So you see how weak it closes and everything in the market, how choppy it got at the end there, which is kind of weird after the nice start and finish. But look at the IBD 85.85 on a daily. Oh my gosh. Is that positive divergence? No. But it is. Notice the relative strength line ticks up a little bit. NASDAQ was down 0.88, ticking up a little bit. So it's a shock to see the relative strength line of this actually ticking up against the S&P 500. However, it did outperform. Now, did its brother outperform, the IBD 100? No. But it did by 0.01%. The NASDAQ was down 0.88%, remember? Let me show you, which was the leading index overall out of all the big boys. Down 0.88%. Down 0.87 points. Oh, not percent. I am so stupid. Oh, my goodness. I am a stupid moron. I apologize, guys. It's only down 0.87. It's not even down like a point, which means it's not even down like 0.1%. So basically, it's flat from the day before. It barely moved. Actually, $1.50. What is that? Half a $1.50 is $1.75. So it actually was down 0.6%. So it did have a positive divergence, and that's why you see relative strength line up. However, do you see the higher volume? That would be negative, right? But look at the T-bar here. Too bad it's not a candlestick pattern, so I can't see where it opened, but I don't think they do the openings anyway, so that's probably the open right there. So it did close lower than the day before close. However, it's closing in its mid-range on higher volume. That's good enough for me on the IBD 100. And then on the IBD 85.85, it's got a higher volume to me. That's bullish, 0.37. I wish I would love to tell you the stocks that are in these two indexes, but you need to subscribe to Investors Business Daily to see what's in them. But they're looking really good. So all the indexes are looking good. How are commodities looking? Let's first look at our dollar since we all needed to spend money. All right, stay in that trend. Stay up. Keep going up. See that wedge I got there on that weekly? Just stay in it and keep going higher. United States dollar, do not break down, please. Nobody wants the dollar to break down. Let's look at silver. Silver holding in there, getting back above the 200-day moving average. Platinum, of course. Oh, there. Now it's catching up. Platinum is now catching up to the silver and gold move from early April. Look at gold now, moving higher off the 200. Finding some resistance at the 50. If you get above the 50, though, I would say here comes 1,000 probably. The weekly looks pretty good to me. I think we're all the way out. Right. Let's tighten it up even. You can see it's looking really good in the long-term uptrend scheme of things. Silver, too, like I said. But platinum, that's kind of interesting. I didn't think I'd see that. But platinum's pulling back to the 50, 200-day moving average. You're going to get a golden cross. However, it's not the most bullish golden cross as the 50, as the 200 is still in a downtrend. So be careful, everybody. It's still not, smooth sailing out there. Completely, I guess, and everything. So bottom line is, it's safe to go long, but be very cautious. Don't load up. And on the metals, I still say pull back in platinum, pull back in silver, pull back in gold, our buys. So I'm going to go and leave it up there. Video 2 will be up next, and actually that probably will be the only other video tonight as there's some things I need to get done. Who am I kidding? I got to watch the Sharks game. Okay, aloha.